How y'all are this afternoon? Actually, it's this evening. As a matter of fact, I think it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Uh, I was a security guy. I'm on a midnight schedule. What I'd like to talk about is a little marksmanship gun handling tip concerning shotguns. Now, I like to shoot clay pigeons. I like to bird hunt. I like to dove hunt. Okay. I like to do shotgun combat competitions. Not as good at it as I'd like to be, but you know. And when I'm not doing anything else, I like to shoot clays. I think at the Bergen gun range last year we shot 122 cases of clay pigeons altogether. I was able to pick up $5 a case 90 count champions on sale for $5 a box, and I bought 20 boxes in one lick. Kind of a funny story involved in that. The little lady on the side of the road decided that that little pickup truck that was piled up with those boxes was dynamite. Caused me to be traffic stopped by 15 different agencies at the same time. It was quickly discovered that it was a big pile of clay pigeons in the back of a pickup truck. So people tended to want to put their guns away and, you know, take the cuffs off me and quit kneeling on my neck, you know. So anyway, let's talk about shotguns for a minute. And the subject for this marksmanship and gun handling tip is cleaning a shotgun barrel. Now this is a barrel from Mossberg 500, which I just cleaned it recently with the problem that we're going to talk about. So when you look through that guy and it's dirty and you go to cleaning it, you know, you get the old bore solvent out and you get the old brush out and the old rod out, and you go to working on it, and you run the barrel mop through it, and you look through it, and guess what? It's still kind of dirty looking. So you go back in there and you go through it with the brush, you know, go back in there and work on it with the barrel mop, you know, and you look through it and it's still kind of grubby in there, especially down in here, okay? So your problem could be plastic fouling. Plastic fouling from plastic wads in shotgun shells. Now, some of the brands of shotgun shells have, and they used to advertise this and they don't anymore, fouling-free wadding. Meaning the plastic is fire retardant plastic and doesn't want to burn. But what's happening is when you fire that shotgun shell, you get that explosion of powder and it's burning going down the barrel to a certain point in which it plays out and is not burning anymore, but now it's just expanding gas. So there's a certain section of that barrel in there where that plastic wad is exposed to fire for just a millisecond. And over time, it will melt off a little plastic each time. And it will adhere it, you know, with fire to the inside of your shotgun barrel, and you scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub, and it's still there. Over the years, I've heard hundreds of, you know, the problem is it can blow your pattern. Okay, it can affect the way the next wad down the barrel and the next shot column works. You know, and as the powder charge increases with the higher velocity shells, you know, the farther down the barrel it will foul. And eventually get you to where your barrel is completely foul, especially if you shoot as many clay pigeons and birds and doves and as much recreational shotgun shooting as I do. You know, I got 9.870s. It's, you know, it's I shoot a lot of shotgun shells. You know, when I'm not shooting them, I'm reloading them. When I'm not reloading them, I'm trying to find them to buy. You know, I sit around and salivate and waiting for, I hate to say it, but Walmart, you know, to put shotgun shells on sale for $4.70 a box, at which time I back my pickup truck up to the door. You know, because we're going through them shells, buddy. You know. So anyway, you get this plastic plastic fouling. And I've tried every way in the world to get it out of there. One of the ways that you can remove plastic fouling is to plug your chamber with a good tight rag and pour the barrel full of White Parsons ammonium. Yeah, just good old-fashioned household ammonia, and leave it sitting in there for a couple of 3 days. And it'll dissolve that cotton picking plastic fouling out of that barrel. It's a mess. It stinks. And if you get any of the ammonia on your blue, it's gone. That's all there is to it. There are a few anti-plastic fouling compounds that are available commercially, but none of them really work. You know, what I have discovered is there's this thing. You know, it looks like that scrubby that your wife uses to clean the pots and pans with, right? Or that I do. Okay. Anything in the kitchen requires any elbow grease, Annie will request assistance. And I don't blame her. As good as the meals are around here, I don't mind putting in a little elbow grease. But this one is a special scrubby. This is the titanium scrubby that you get from Brownells that you use to rub the rust off of a blued gun, and it leaves the blue and erases the rust. I took, last year, I had one that was fouled up pretty good. So what I did was I clipped off some of this stuff and I added it to an old bore brush, to an old shotgun bore brush. This guy takes plastic fouling out like that. I mean 4 or 5 swipes through there, and it will pull the plastic fouling out of the inside of a shotgun barrel, you know, like magic. It works pretty good. And you just scrub and scrub and scrub with a conventional brush, you know, and you just don't get nowhere. But you can take some of this stuff, and you get this thing from Brownells and some of the other outfits have got them. I believe I bought 2 or 3 of these at a gun show. And then I ordered one from Brownells. They do wear out. And you just take it. I mean, I used Orlon Scrubby Pad brushes, or Orlon Scrubby Pad patches. You know, they work pretty good. Really, they do. But this stuff works great. And leaves that barrel, buddy, nice and shiny. While we're talking about, let's talk about this barrel for a minute. You see those holes? Those vent the gas out of the shotgun barrel before the shot column reaches the muzzle. In armor and artillery prowess, this is known as an evacular, or evacuation, okay? But you can have a good gunsmith put these in there. I actually put these, had one of our better gunsmiths in the state install these holes on there. Put 8 of them on each side. And it brings 12 gauge high price recoil down to 20 gauge. Okay. When my wife and I were married, a good friend of ours gave us wedding gifts, his and hers American Turkey Federation shotguns. The 12 gauge was this one, and the 20 gauge was a Jake's Model Youth 20 gauge Mossberg 500, and of course this was the 12 gauge 500. But I got to shooting her shotgun, and I noticed that it kicked about like a 410. You know, so if you've got somebody in your family that, you know, smaller stature, kid, you know, or whatever, for $100 shop fee, you can take a 12 gauge shotgun and make it kick like a 20. You can put enough of them in there, I can conceivably make it kick like a 410. Well, all right then. There's a little talk about plastic fouling and how to get rid of it and how it can ruin your gun. Like to take Sheriff Pie, commentate and subscribe. Leave me an old $1 in the Patreon bucket on the way out the door, and if you don't want to do that, I'll keep right on making content for you. Because I kind of like making content for you. You know, it's kind of a thing. Let's keep being careful during these dangerous times. You know, I get my shot next week. I have pretty good confidence in it. Not complete confidence in it, but pretty good. Every little bit helps. If you see trouble on the street, just turn around and go the other way. Okay? I mean, if it runs you down and corners you, you can do something about it. But if you see trouble in the streets, just back up, turn around, and go the other way. We'll see y'all, and God bless everyone.